allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo.
Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you from wherever you're watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. I'm sorry that we are starting late. Yeah, I finished late from work tonight. I still wish I can, still wish to spend the night, another hour with you just before I go to bed. Because there are some few things that can't wait till tomorrow. By tomorrow, they will likely be stale. This broadcast tonight is just a bit of a reminder of the futility in efforts to fix Nigeria, even if you really, really wish Nigeria well, okay? Like, genuinely, you wish Nigeria well. You wish to have a country that works for you. And every time people say Nigeria is not going to work, that Nigeria should break up, every time you see people taking these positions, you feel, this personal heartache. And you personally wish they can see Nigeria your way and possibly agree with you and make Nigeria better. But the reason why people who knows that Nigeria would never work, in theory, Nigeria may work. You can sit down, you can draft plans, you can put all these ideas together, and as beautiful as they will sound, in theory, Nigeria will work on paper. But in practical, Nigeria will never work. And the reason why people will take these positions, continue to, to hold on to these positions is because there is nothing new that you want to try that people haven't tried before. You see, there's nothing bad in trying something new and possibly believe that it will work the other way. Of course. But the reason why people will never change their position and more people are going to become more convinced that indeed, sure, say this Nigeria will work. All these reasons are always there, by the way. But my job is to remind you that maybe if you see the truth as well, you see the practicability of your idea, you see the complexity of Nigeria, and you match things together, and you probably will see the light. Why it is not working? Why your idea is good? Your idea of a united country. Yeah, very good. But we have had hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people like you. So many of them died with those dreams of how Nigeria will probably work. Some of them attempted it. If you think they succeeded or not, the answer is right there before you. Because if they succeeded in fixing that Nigeria, when they tried, maybe there won't be much for you to work on right now in trying to fix it and keep it together. So the reasons why it won't work, all the reasons are obvious why your idea will continue to be rejected. People have proposed that Nigeria should be restructured. And when people continue to shout restructuring, it is also their own response to the injustice, imbalance, and inequality in the system that is called Nigeria. So people have always been, we have always had people, we have always had movements, we have always had, millions, like I said, who have rejected the current system. So I don't know how old you are. I don't know how much you have tried. People continue to return back to me and say, but go and say this to your friend, Omoyele Shore. Maybe if you have been following me very well, you will realize that it is based on this division of how do we get what you want? How do you get what you want? Out of the fact that Nigeria is not working. Those who decided that, no, it will never work, let's break it up. Those who knows that it's not working, but they can try to make it work. And if it doesn't work, then you can break it up. You realize that everybody is asking for the same thing. Rejection of a system that never works. So back to your idea. Some people have been asking for restructuring. Let's restructure Nigeria. What is the meaning of restructuring? The way we share this country, the way we share the resources, the way we share responsibility in this country is completely against the people that we're supposed to be leading. That's the concept of let's restructure, let's do something else. Okay, military came, they said, oh, military will come and stop corruption. They will put Nigeria in the right place. And military couldn't function. They needed civilians to help them run the ministries and all of that. Why they loot and you loot and loot? Who are those bearing the brunt? The brunt? You, us, those who share in that mystery. The military, so the military will not do it. We need to have civilian where the people will decide what they want and how they want to be led. Oh, great. Democracy, great. Let's have that. It's part of the effort of the structure, before this democracy, military and all of that. They've even tried to created states. Oh, let everybody have their own state. So let everybody control their destiny by lie, by proxy. Meanwhile, the power for those states and those people there who controls what and where lies at the center. So everybody have been asking, we have to this. But most of those who have been asking in the past, especially some of them who are now old, when they had the opportunity of changing the system to what they told their people that they would do if they had the opportunity, when they joined the system, Baba, they just became the system too. And that is why, before now, Dele Farotimi, Barrister Dele Farotimi, on one of his appearances on Maiyegun's diary said, the reason why some people felt like Nigeria is for them, before now, the reason why agitation for we want to break up, or we want to restructuring, or we want a new, all this agitation going on, answers and all of that. Before now, the reason why they are not really this loud is because they've never democratized the injustice. Now, whether you are a Fulani, as they are the most dreaded ethnic groups in Nigeria now, courtesy of the Fulani politicians who had the opportunity of ruling Nigeria, and they decided to push supremacy battle, the Fulanis ahead, right? So whether you are a Fulani, whether you are an Hausa, whether you are a Biafran, whether you are a Yoruba coming from Oduduwa Republic, or wherever you come from, right? As we are today, right, the division has led to everybody asking, I would rather go away. So, but before now, some people felt like it's not my business. we have our people in government. We are fine. Oh, it's not our business that they are killing the Igbos. At least we are safe. So the democratization of the injustice, from killings to corruption to underdevelopment to all this whole thing bedeviling Nigeria right now. Before now, people were still like, but now nobody is safe. Whether you have your Yoruba politicians in charge, in charge of Nigeria, insecurity is now an household responsibility or challenge now. Everywhere, every part of Nigeria is experiencing one insecurity to the other. So it's now democratized. It is not just whether the soldiers are killing the Biafrans or bandits and Boko Haram ISIS are killing the northerners, right? Or bandits are also kidnappers are killing and robbing the people in Yoruba land. All across board, whether the militants are bombing the insecurity is now democratized. So everyone is agitating for one thing or the other. In the process, the lies they have sold for so long will no longer, it's no longer possibly lasting. In the process, everybody is now agreeing that this particular system is not working for us. As much as some wanted to go and they change the system to what they believe will work for them, and still keep Nigeria, we have many who have already detached themselves from Nigeria. That is where the connection is. That is where, whenever I have a show on the show, it is to continue to build the bridges, because the discontentment, the disagreement, the displeasure that is prompting all this agitation, right? A better Nigeria for those who are asking for it, that those who are asking for the breakup of Nigeria, the people we are now calling one Nigerians, you will realize that in the process, everyone is against the system. But if you build that disagreement into a force, that Biafrans knows that they need the numbers of those who are fighting for Oduduwa Republic. When those who are fighting for Oduduwa Republic realizes that they need the numbers of those discontented young Nigerians who knows the system is against them, and they are open to all options, when they begin to acknowledge them, when the revolution now begin to acknowledge the Biafrans, the Oduduwans, and every other person who disagrees, when all of you now agrees in your disagreement, form a force, you will achieve beyond what you can imagine. That is why Omoyele Sowore is my friend. That is why Nnamdi Kano is also my friend. That is why everyone standing up, pushing to change a system that is not working for everybody. Before now, some people will say they are benefit. Even Fulanis now, they are not safe anywhere. Wherever they are now being dreaded. Everyone is trying to get them away. Despite the government protection that everybody knows, right? They still don't have that acceptability, which would have breeded unity. Something that could have been to the credit of a Fulani president in Nigeria. But for 5 years, everywhere you see Fulani now, everybody is trying to say, hey, be careful, except if you are rich and you are a politician. They won't treat you as a Fulani. They will just treat you as a rich Nigerian. But if you are a poor Fulani, wherever you find yourself in Nigeria, people now treat them with suspicion. That is courtesy of the politicians in charge. Some people may tell you they are superior, but to whose advantage? That people are fighting them, defending themselves against them. They don't even want to listen if they come in peace or not. They all believe right now, because those who have been working under the shadow of the criminals in government, they have also they are not making Fulanis superior in Nigeria. You just need to be a rich Fulani and a politician before you can feel superior. Because if you are a rich Fulani in Nigeria, possibly you'll be able to afford yourself a private jet, afford yourself some beautiful palatial palace in the city. You won't be living in the bush. Maybe you just have to buy yourself thousands of cows, buy guns, and give it to that poor Fulani from Niger Republic, and then you tell him to go everywhere. If anybody attacks him, he should fight back. If anybody arrests him, he is safe. Because you see some of those Fulani cows you see, for those who moved around with cows, all those boys with guns, they are not the owners of the cows. Some of them are owned by your big politicians in Igbo land, in Yoruba land, your Yorubas, your senators, in even in the northern Nigeria, where the endless, grazing into people's farms, attacking farmers, and on and on and on by the Fulani herdsmen with guns, yeah? Most of those cows are not owned by those Fulanis. The guns they are carrying are not owned by them. They are bought for them by the politicians who are sitting in your government houses, your governors, your senators who are discussing insecurity in Abuja, your House of Rep members who is also discussing insecurity in Abuja, your generals, retired generals who are also discussing insecurity in Nigeria, and many of those big men. Rich Fulanis don't live in the bush, but they put those criminals in the bush. They know what they are doing. And that is why if you arrest any Fulani anywhere for grazing on your farm, destroying your crops, the commissioner of police in your state from anywhere in Nigeria must report that same thing to the police IG. And with immediate effect, that Fulani guy will be released. Do you really think releasing them so quick is simply because they put this arrangement in place for this imported Fulani jihadists and terrorists? No, there is more to it. And I know many of you know this. But well, revisiting that is not a bad idea. So, you have these guys in, and this now endangers the Fulanis everywhere too. Wherever they go, people don't want them, despite being in power, despite having all the coverage, all the protections, and all of that. Now, if you are Hausa, or you are a Middle Beltan, if you are a Christian in northern Nigeria, whenever we talk about the North, see how you feel when you know that you are actually victims of all these insecurities, all these kidnappings. You know about all these killings. You know that the core areas affected are areas most populated by Christians and other minorities in the northern Nigeria. I'm not saying that the northern Muslims have not been caught up in all this insecurity. Everyone has had his own share. I know. But I'm saying, how do you feel when you watch and know that those who have the opportunity of protecting you, they have now endangered you? You are a northerner. Now, northerners are in power. Northerners with money. Northerners with influence, but no security. Poverty escalating. Now, the latest that really matters to them is to either give free land to, to the invading Fulani jihadist, the Fulani terrorist. And can I tell you this? Despite the uproar, the popularity of Ruga in 2016, 2017, led by the Vice President Oshibaju, right? After this Ruga, did you know that out of 19 states in northern Nigeria, they got approval from at least 14 states who agreed to give land for Ruga? Do you know that for the past 3 years, you as a northerner listening to me right now and watching me, listen to this. Since those 14 states granted land for Ruga, in order to reduce the others farmers clashes, to reduce insecurity in northern Nigeria, after 3 years, have you heard of any Ruga settlement in any of these 14 states? Niger State gave 100,000 hectares of land. 100,000. That is more than some villages in size, right? Have you heard of Ruga settlement in Niger State in Nigeria? Have you heard of Ruga settlement in Bauchi? Have you heard of Ruga settlement in Borno? Or in southern Kaduna or in Kaduna? They don't have any plan to give any land to any Ruga for any Ruga in northern Nigeria. Because you know why? All this changing, this ecological changing, climate change, as they call it, yeah, has led to the complete dissertation of the Lake Chad. Lake Chad is a marshland, right? that covers, God knows, I don't know the size, okay? And it's a marshland that is more or less like desert, including some villages and towns. Now, that Lake Chad covered about 4 or 5 countries: Cameroon, Nigeria, Mali, Chad, Niger Republic, to mention few, right? That Lake Chad is where most of those who are running away from other deserted, right, areas in the northern Africa, who are moving closer to where they can feed their cows with green grass. So the further the land dries, the further they move to the south. So the plan is not to put them and grow grass and build ranches where they can really grow grasses for them and feed the cows. The plan is to come down south completely, because south, despite all the climate change in Nigeria, all over the world, right? Nigeria is also signatory to climate change, agreements, by the way. So despite all of that, there is no preparation, there is no any effort by the northern state governors to invest in real, what do they call that thing again? This one that you have to build dam, and that dam will be wetting, all these dry lands, right? And we wet them, and they will grow and grow grasses to feed the cow. They have a name for that in agriculture. Help me. Let me read the comments. They didn't invest in that to make sure that as climate is changing, dissertation is leading people, the others is further leading them into the south, and they need green grass and all of that to feed their cows. They didn't invest in this innovation to feed their cows. Yeah, they didn't. For 3 years, so they are shouting Ruga, 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 because the plan is not to give them any land in the north. It is to gain land by using state fiat irrigation system. God bless you, Maiyegun Williams and Olawumi Ayinke, Cole, Oluwakorede, Ajanle Koko, Alabaun, beautiful people. Thank you. Okay. Okwe, Oji, irrigation system. That's what I was looking for. God bless you. They did not invest in all of that. They were waiting for, because every month they will go to Abuja. Not because they are contributing anything. No. They will go to Abuja, their governors. They will go and collect allocation. When they return back to their state, they will then share the allocation. Okay. Either they are investing in building new mosques or renovating mosques. Or if they are not investing in that, yeah, they will be investing in new marriages or buying goats or coffins for vulnerable people as empowerment. You know what I'm talking about? So at the end of the month, they will go back to Abuja, collect another money, pay salary. The remaining money, they feed on that. That's what they do. Nothing else. Then they will shout in the media, hey, if anybody criticizes Buhari, it's enemy of the north, because it's good. But the dissertation problem continues in the northern part of Nigeria, which is normally the reason why they are moving south. But they don't want to do it legitimately. Who are the owners of the cows? And the owners of the cows, are they so poor that they have thousands of cows that they cannot afford to buy land in the southern Nigeria and build ranches, modern ranches, instead of invading people's farms? So for that 3 years, they have been shouting Ruga, 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 that they've done nothing. More terrorist groups have been created. More attacks. This time around, it's no longer about Fulani terrorists invading farms anymore. They now have Fulani kidnappers, bandits. They call them bandits. Now, these bandits are so powerful that they are now in negotiation with different state governments in northern Nigeria. It is no longer about cows. The people who are now battling with cows, and they're also battling with bandits, kidnappings, are now the southerners. In northern Nigeria, the news about cows invading farms in Benue, invading cows in Plateau State, invading farms in different places. Yeah, all this news, they have died down. The news in northern Nigeria now is bandits kidnapping people, Boko Haram kidnapping 400, 500, 600. Then Maiyegun negotiating with the terrorists and the government. So government paying terrorists, paying them ransom to release kidnapped victims. Now, that is what the news is in the northern Nigeria. In southern Nigeria, the news now is cows, farmers, others, blah, 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 blah. It's even worse because we now have bandits kidnapping people, taking them into the forest in Yoruba land, collecting ransoms from them, killing those they have killed, and freeing those who managed to pay the ransom. That's what we're dealing with in Yoruba land. The same thing in Igbo land until the creation of ESN. Okay, so it is the southerners now, that are now having to battle with cows walking into your farms. So we will be the one who have to deal with Ruga eventually. Southerners have rejected Ruga. We don't have land. If you want to rear your cows, if you want to raise them, buy the land, okay? Build ranches. Then you will even make more money. You will create jobs. You won't have any reason to attack people. You won't have any reason to clash with farmers because thousands of cows walk into people's farms. But then that brings us to the question of, hello, are these cows also, are these cows who are attacking and then invading farms in Yoruba land, in Igbo land? Well, the Biafrans are lucky. They have the Eastern Security Network, ESN. You guys are lucky. You don't have an idea, all right? Especially for some of you who probably don't really like or agree with the IPOB or Nnamdi Kanu. It's good to disagree. Let me tell you something. You see all these things we are doing shouldn't be a competition, okay? You are just playing your role. Play your role. You don't have to agree with them. But when you understand what they are doing and you understand what they are up against, that extraordinary times requires extraordinary measures to survive. So when you look at what these guys are up against, the system they are actually up against, and what they have managed to do up to this level, you may disagree with them. That is understandable. But please, appreciate this. Oh. You have no idea, honestly speaking. And you still have no idea what is actually even coming. You see what's happened so far that led Nigeria to where Nigeria is at now, it's not even equal to what is coming. And the only thing everyone has right now is to have the ability, the capacity, the mentality, the readiness to defend themselves. Look at them in the Eastern Nigeria. The issue of cows invading farms somehow seems to have disappeared. It doesn't mean that we can't get the news tomorrow. But with the introduction of ESN, at least for now, farmers, this may not be big news to some of you who grew up in Owerri, who grew up in Aba, who have been living and you have been doing your businesses in Onitsha, you have been doing your businesses in Oka, all these cities. This news may not be anything big to you. Like, what is it? Listen, there are facts, evidences, documented evidences that, yes, you did have, I don't know if you still do have, right? But you did have those who occupied your forest in the Eastern Nigeria, in Enugu, in Anambra, in Ebonyi, in, what do you call it? In your 5 states in the Eastern Nigeria, at least the one we know. Do you get that now? Before now, we had reports. In fact, we were sharing videos of cows on the street of Enugu, street of Oka. Everybody's just saying, hey, God, no, what the hell? What is this? Is this, you know what I mean? You know this, but you may not remember everything. What led to this today? And if you no longer read all this news, please appreciate those who took action. Their action, their approach, you may not completely agree with them. I understand. But doing so seems to have cut something down. We used to share videos of those who were raped on their ways to farm. I mean, pictures of young women on their ways to farm. And we have also had, these are also documented, whereby in Anambra, where your governor, Obaino, publicly on camera said his government reached an agreement with the Fulani herdsmen in his own state. And they agreed that if anybody killed any cow illegally, that person will pay 100,000 naira to the Fulani man who owned the cow. But if that now led to fight and a Fulani man killed somebody for killing their cow, that Fulani man will pay 300,000 naira to the families of the person he killed. That is in Anambra. Your governor came out boldly to say that. Some of you who saw the video, the disappointment you felt can only be imagined. But some people took action. Why you were raging? How could the governor say that? How could Obiano say that? Oh, you are abusing, it's a drop. Some people took action. That will never happen again. An Igbo man's life, a Biafran's life, will never be worth 300,000 naira, Nigerian money. So they took action. So now, when you go to Igbo land and you are doing your business, there are other challenges. So I'm not saying there are no other challenges. So you may have your reason why you disagree with them. You have every right to disagree with them. Oh, they said it's 500,000 naira. I think I'm the one who is undervaluing the life of an Igbo man to Obiano. The governor said, if they kill any Anambran, any Biafran for killing a cow, a Fulani man will pay you 500,000 naira. Well, you have it there. Israel, Okereke, thank you. Some people took action. That's the point I'm trying to make. You may have read the news, enraged, so angry, disappointed, and all of that. Yes, that was your own contribution to that. But some people took action. Nnamdi Kano and the IPOB members took action. And that action was to make sure that there will never, ever be a day that the life of the life of a Biafran will be compared to a life of a cow, and it will only be worth 500,000 naira. That is courage. So you may disagree with them. That's what I'm trying to say. In Yoruba land, our politicians haven't said this is how much our life is worth. But somehow, they did take action too. For those who have taken action, they started Amotekun, controversial Amotekun. But we also have our own documented record of the share in the insecurity. Simply because, for example, in Oyo State, Yoruba land, Oyo State, Oduduwa land. So if you are an Oduduwan, or you love Yoruba land, and you prefer Yoruba to be safe and secure, respected too, not to be invaded, then you also want Yoruba to still be part of Nigeria. Then you need to ask yourself, what kind of Yoruba do you want to be part? I mean, what kind of Yoruba land do you want to have to be part of Nigeria? You need to also decide that. Is it a Yoruba land where some people with no one's authority, no one's clearance, settle down in 4 local government areas in a single state, documented 4 local government areas. And since they've been there, we've been having reported, documented, increase in insecurity, especially crimes that were alien to Yoruba land prior to the emergence of this current government in Nigeria 5 years ago, the APC, Egbekegbe's government in Nigeria. I'm giving you this reminisce, this revision, so as for you to know that being part of Nigeria is a shared problem. Even if you still want to be part of Nigeria, shouldn't you have a say in what type of problem of Nigeria you want to share with Nigeria? Should they just dump the problem on you? And that is why I'm talking to you as a Westerner, a Yoruba man now, a Yoruba woman. Do you want a Yoruba land that is part of Nigeria where Fulani men and women have taken over illegally? Please quote the word illegally, because they have right to settle anywhere. I am living in the UK, United Kingdom, Scotland. That is, God help me. Thousands of kilometers away or miles away from where I was born, in Yoruba land. But by legal right, I can buy myself properties here. I can buy myself land here. I can own properties here legally. I will not say because I'm a Yoruba man and then find a land in Scotland, cut a space for myself, maybe about 1 acre, or maybe if I'm lucky, 3 villages in Scotland. And I declare myself the emir of these areas, or the Oba, or the prince, crowned prince from Ijebu land, in Glasgow, in Edinburgh, in Fife, or Dundee. Then I just choose land from there. I will be arrested. Some of you will be saying, that boy don't get mental problem. It's a mental problem. Would you say that? I'm talking to you as a Yoruba man now. Now let's go back home. In Yoruba land, because Yoruba land is part of Nigeria, until now, we didn't know that we now have the emir of Fulani. This is not a joke. It's documented. And I'll give you names of those areas. In Oyo State, in Yoruba land. In the last 5 years, we don't know how long they have been doing this. They didn't buy any land. No CFO was issued. And I'm telling you this again. No government authority in Yoruba land, in Oyo State, acknowledges their existence. There is no government backing. That they have a Fulani emir settlement and all of that in Yoruba land. But they exist. They have been existing until suddenly we began experiencing the upsurge in kidnapping for ransom. And when those victims of those kidnappings finally escaped, when they begin to tell us their stories, they are not stupid people. When you pay millions of naira for your freedom, you want to tell people about what happened to you. And they know what they saw. They said, well, these guys are so settled, so settled that they know all the nitty-gritty, inner. And I'm talking about they know the back and forth of your forest in Yoruba land. Shaki, Ibarapa, Oke-Ogun, àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ in Yoruba land. Until now, we didn't know that they have been, kidnapping, raping, destroying farmlands of our people. Until now, the government can no longer hide it. The Yorubas are now suffering for this insecurity because they are part of Nigeria. So what type of Yoruba land do you want to live in? Because you can't go to, at least you cannot go to Borno as we speak now and say you are starting your own Abule Meko, or Abule Oloyipara, Abule Jenwitemi, or Baba Kabi. Give yourself name and go to Borno State and get, at least go and take lands there and declare yourself Oba there. At least it's Nigeria now. You have every right to stay anywhere. Abi? Because that would be the context of what that means. Now, Yorubas have reported that. We have reported endlessly the continuous attack on the Yoruba farmers on their farms. But the point that makes the division worse is this, right? you would expect those who are representing Yoruba now to at least use their own political position to change that narrative, but they can't. Do you know why? If they demand to change that narrative, they will be demanding that Yorubas should be controlling our own affairs. We should control our own security. We should control our own resources. We should decide who comes into Yoruba land and how would they become members of our society legally. And if you do that, you are going to deny the billionaire criminals who are buying the cows and the guns and spreading the fear across South to force your they are holding your politicians like this. If them burn them well, let them say we want to restructure, or let all the governors in Yoruba land or in Igbo land or in Southern Nigeria, let them come out and say we want to restructure Nigeria, or else we are going to break up. You will realize that within 24 hours, Nigeria will experience coup. Somebody will take over government. They will kick everybody out. They will appoint people to take over Nigeria, and they will be ready to kill anybody. Meanwhile, it's not because those one will do it. They won't do it because they will lose their pension. They will lose all the money they have stolen. They will lose all the properties they have saved. Some of them will have to run away. And some of them are not prepared. They have invested so much on 2023. They are buying guns already. So it's not just the political talks that these politicians buy guns for. They buy guns for all these Fulani. They bring them from the J Republic. They know they don't know anywhere. They tell them to go everywhere. When they destroy your farms, and you fight them, if you try to kill them, they will kill you. They will shoot you. Now, if you kill them, since they don't get identity, they know nobody's going to, nobody knows them, right? They are not going to lose anything. All they have to do is that they will use their soldiers, their army, to go and search for the cows, and they will rescue the cows. You see that Niger boy you killed, or the ones holding guns shooting you on your farm, It doesn't have any identity to the politicians who are buying the cows and the guns for them. So, at the end of the day, when you question yourself that, do I want to be part of Nigeria where, I want to be a Yoruba man, a one Nigeria man, and this is the mess we are going to continue with? But if your answer is no, then no. I would rather have a Yoruba land where we can, Baba, you are asking for the breakup of Nigeria, even though you don't agree with those who are asking for breakup. You may not know. Today, the news broke out that Boko Haram, they took over military base in Borno. Did I not tell you that as you are watching me right now, Borno State, out of 27 local government areas in Borno State, the only functional local government there that you will see people, you will still see people pretending to be working for government, like you see some offices open partially in Borno State in the past 5 years, since Boko Haram became president of Nigeria, there are no more than 4 local governments. 23 local governments in Borno State are now in control of the ISIS, the jihadist Boko Haram. But if they say that to them, that is enough for the government of Boko Haram to declare state of emergency in Borno State. Borno State shouldn't have a governor right now. Borno State should have a military administrator that is going to declare martial law all throughout Borno State. But that's not what is happening. They are doing their boo-boo. Because if they do that, the politicians who invested in all the crime going on that is enveloping Borno State and the rest of Northeast Nigeria, they will lose their investment. They will not be able to continue to get direct money from the state government. The one where they invested in the election, it will need to recoup his money too. And it's the Father Christmas is the one appearing to be helping people. Because all the money from the 27 local government go to one person, the governor. Everybody else, they live off him. Because there's no local government, there's no local government chairman, there's no local government administration, no functional local government. Everybody is working from Maiduguri, the state capital, as we speak. So they will pretend to do election, mock election. They will write the names, announce the name of their party members as the winners of local government elections, okay? Simply because to fulfill the constitutional requirement so that they can collect allocation from Abuja. So this share of mystery means that they are not investing in the real investment into insecurity into fighting insecurity is that whenever they take delivery of any new weapons, they put them, they stock them up. Before 2-3 days, you will hear breaking news. Boko Haram took over military base. And after 4 days or 5 days, they will say Nigerian military take over the base again. So the Boko Haram, they are gone. But what they won't tell you is that every time they receive weapons to fight Boko Haram, they also welcome the Boko Haram to come and get the weapons. When they are gone with the weapons, they take over the place and they begin to beg for weapons again. Because you can ask yourself, they have been buying weapons, oh. People have been donating, oh. But instead of Boko Haram to end, instead of insecurity to end, it has actually escalated. Now, bandits are now negotiating. Miyetiala are now the middlemen, negotiating between terrorists and government. Arrested terrorists are now being rehabilitated, freed and released back into the society to commit more crime. They are paying them. And you ask yourself, what is going on? So every year they will have to write budget. You being a Yoruba man in Yoruba land, minding your business. Since insecurity is now a business, kidnapping for ransom is now part of the life that you have to get used to. If you want to continue to be part of Nigeria, you have to get used to that. So as you are saving money for your rent, for all your expenses, and you are saving for your pension, for you to be able to enjoy that pension, if you live long enough, make sure you're also saving money for ransom. In Yoruba land, you need to open an insurance that in case you get kidnapped, your savings for kidnapping ransom, that money can quickly come handy because you may get kidnapped. It's not because I want to wish you to be kidnapped. The insecurity is already old in Yoruba land. The only people who have managed to stand up are the Biafrans. That's why I said you don't need to like them. You don't need to agree with them. You may not even agree with their approach, but it's working. As we speak right now, instead of the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, to channel their energy and go after those who are trying to invade and overrun Amotekun and the police and the army in Yoruba land, and those who have already run them out of town in northern Nigeria, instead of the Nigerian army with all the weapons they have, instead of going after those people and let the ESN do free of charge job for any terrorist in the eastern Nigeria, Nigerian government is not doing that too. They allow all these terrorists to continue to run amok in northern Nigeria, in the middle belt. The southern Nigeria, the southwest Nigeria, Yoruba land, we are now the ones now gnashing our teeth simply because we are now becoming victims of kidnappings. School drones are being kidnapped. Obas are being kidnapped. Politicians and the wives, ex and their present politicians are being kidnapped. Ransoms are being paid. People are being killed. And they all came back with one thing. Even when Amotekun moved to help us sweep all these bandits, all these terrorists out of Yoruba land, especially in Oyo State, they shot and killed some of members of Amotekun. Amotekun also shot and killed 7 of these terrorists, only for the story to change 24 hours later, 48 hours later. That those Amotekun arrested, they were not bandits. The people who shot Amotekun members, they were not bandits, they were not terrorists. They were, in fact, Fulani vigilantes in Yoruba land. So we are already invaded. We have already been invaded. That the invasion is so big that the people who have invaded us in Yoruba land, they are also volunteering to protect us. The only thing that remains now is that we will begin to pay tax to them. Don't take this as a joke, because some of you will continue to sit down from your comfort zones and you'll be saying, it's not possible, Jari. I understand. You don't understand. What will happen is that if Amotekun, that we are all relying on, after the failure, we know that the police, the military, they are now compromised. If Amotekun, our own Yoruba security, if they too have been compromised, that yesterday they told us they killed 7 bandits, and today they changed the story and said, no, we didn't kill those, we killed are terrorists, but you see those ones that we arrested with guns, they are not bandits, they are not this, they are, in fact, they are vigilantes in Yoruba land, guiding all the Fulani villages in Okeogun, Shaki, Ibarapa area of Yoruba land. Eh? Fulani villages. Who approved that? Who sold them the land? Really? So now that our own Amotekun has been compromised, that means we are now on our own. So Nigerian government, for those of you who believe in one Nigeria, Nigerian government is not interested in protecting you in Yoruba land. So very soon, because they are not even protecting those from the northern Nigeria, even those who are supposed to be Muslims, Christians, northerners, they are not protecting them. Those people are now paying taxes. If you go to Zamfara, the farmers there are now paying taxes before they can go to their farm and plant. If they want to go and harvest the plant, I mean their own crops, they will also pay tax to the bandit, or else the bandit will destroy all the farm and they will still kidnap them. Some people will not get money to give bandits in northern Nigeria. They are now giving their daughters as collateral. Bandits will come in, take their daughters, their young children. They will take them away for a week, rape them, do all of that, return them. Some people are buying their life every day in northern Nigeria right now, in those villages, unreported, underreported, because government can't protect them, even though the people in power are the people who speak the same language like them, right? So in Yoruba land, for the survivor, some of our people, those of you living in Abeokuta, living in Ondo City, living in Ado, living in Osogbo, living in Lagos, living in all these cities, speaking Yoruba, speaking grammar, imagining that these things are not happening or they will never happen. You may ask yourself, same question I'm asking myself, even though I have my own answer. Where are those who are leading Yoruba land? Whether PDP, APC, pastor, imam, chief imam, bishop, the Oluwos, the Yalojas, all these powerful people living Yoruba land with different titles. The insecurity is going to come home, because you know what? All this insecurity being reported from London, Nigeria, right? They also have titled leaders too. They have emirs, they have sultans, they have different mullahs, the malams, they have different bishops too. They have different leaders, opinion, educational. But guess what? With all of those, they even have a chief of army staff. They have the chief of air staff. They have the chief of defense staff. They have the minister of defense. They have the president. They have the senate president. They control the CBN. They control the judiciary. They control God. They control the police. They control the DSS. They control virtually everywhere. But yet, their people are now paying taxes for those who want to stay alive. They are paying taxes to bandits. They are paying taxes to terrorists. They are paying ransoms. Some of their roads are no longer motorable. Their major highways are no longer motorable. People are now jumping on trains. That is not even safe. With all the power, right? So you may ask yourself, what are those who are claiming to be title holders in Yoruba land? How are they feeling about this? What are their own opinions? Their reactions? Do they have any collective opinion on how to protect Yoruba land? Your answer is as good as mine. They are not doing anything, or they are not doing enough. So, at the end of the day, if you settle for this Nigeria and you are against breakup of Nigeria, what you are settling for is that very soon, you will have to live with all these villages that some of you in your cities, in your different offices, some of you living in Abuja, Yoruba, living in different places all over the country. You don't have, all these news are just like, they are just exaggerated. Some of you are living outside Nigeria. And to you, man, I know it's not today. Let's just pray. I understand. It's because you are far from it. But the news you are going to get used to, right? Whether you are there or you are not there, as long as you are from Yoruba land, with the way things are going, your politicians are going to be overwhelmed. Yes, they will be overwhelmed. Your politicians will be overwhelmed. The insecurity will spread. Everybody will have to settle for that. At least the way you have been settling for all other barbaric policies they have put before you. So you try to settle for that until maybe you are tired. So if you say you love Nigeria, that those who are asking to break up Nigeria, they don't know what they are talking about. I agree. That's fine. Good. But what you are saying is that one day you are going to get used to your people from different known villages paying taxes to terrorists. that you have been hearing about for the past 10 years, but in your own widest imagination, you never imagine that ever happening in anywhere close to where you know or to people you know. Yes, they are going to happen. They are already happening. But that's what you're going to settle for if you still continue with your one Nigeria. And to you, my brothers and sisters, who believe that the solution is to break up Nigeria, you are very right. Yeah, election will not fix it. Election is a mirage. Democracy is a mirage. It is got complete rules. Okay? It is a fraud, especially when it comes to Nigeria. I will give you another example why you shouldn't believe in it. Yes. Yeah, they were dangling the carrot of 2023 before you. Looking good. Of course, it's a scam. Have you forgotten that you've once had a Yoruba president who had all the power? Oh God, Obasanjo had all the power. Obasanjo had all the power that within 8 years, it was only Obasanjo that used more than 3. Well, I think he used approximately 3 Senate presidents. It was only Obasanjo. During Obasanjo, he used more than 2 House of Representative Speaker. That was how powerful Obasanjo was. He was selfish. He was selfishly greedy about his own life, his upbringing, his benefits, what Nigeria did for him. Obasanjo benefited so much from Nigeria. He was almost killed, and he got the second chance. The second chance to probably make the right about Nigeria, fix the fraud, and, give Nigerians what they have been yearning for, their real country. Maybe by now, there won't be all these killings. There won't even be Boko Haram because there won't be Nigeria. But Obasanjo didn't do that. He did everything. Same thing he did in 1979, when he intentionally, in his own mind, to keep Nigeria one, the president of Nigeria must come from northern Nigeria to compensate the North and the political class in the North for the death of Muritala Muhammad. At least they allowed him, Obasanjo, to complete the tenure of Muritala Muhammad. Let's compensate the North and keep Nigeria one, or else there may be war or another coup. Let's give it to the North, even if it is to an unqualified grade 2 teacher, Shagari. So he did the same thing in 1999 when he was saved from the Gulag. He was nearly killed. He should have been gone by now. We should be talking about Obasanjo killed by Abacha for planning coup, blah, blah, blah. Then he got the second chance. The second chance is used to his own advantage. Same thing he did in 1979 when he turned Operation Feed the Nation, OFN, to Obasanjo Farms Nigeria when he left power. His own benefit, his own pension, his own reward for keeping Nigeria one was to convert all the government land used for the Operation Feed the Nation under the military government and change the old name, certificate of occupancy, using this government fiat and all of that, and turn the whole land, hundreds of thousands of acres of land across Nigeria. So how would you expect Obasanjo, who now benefited from Nigeria, using the fiat of Nigeria by changing Operation Feed the Nation to Obasanjo Farms Nigeria? Very easy. So that means that gave him the title to have land all over Nigeria. So everywhere that Nigerian government, federal government, military government had Operation Feed the Nation program, the land, the farms now belong to Obasanjo, the head of that program when he left government. So if you break up Nigeria or you put a program in place that can break up Nigeria, definitely Obasanjo will lose all those assets. Obasanjo Farm Nigeria Limited will go into existence. Will go into extinction. Then Obasanjo will automatically just have, if he buy the land from the Oduduwa Republic land government, maybe we now have Obasanjo Farms Oduduwa Republic or Obasanjo Farms Limited Oduduwa Republic. And that limits Obasanjo to Yoruba land. That will not give him that mentality of a big Nigerian one Nigerian who has land in Igbo land. He has land allocated for him in Niger Delta. He has a free land allocated to him in northern Nigeria, in Abuja, by fiat. Just the same way they are sharing the oil block. You know what I mean? They just say, hey, Shadia, do you like oil block? They say, Baba, I don't know anything about oil. No. I never even do anything. I don't even say, shut up. Do you want oil block? Yes, I want oil block, man. I want oil block, sir. Don't worry. If you do me well tonight, if you play well tonight, as my best girlfriend, I will give you one oil block. You will just become billionaire for that. They say, tonight, you go see film. By the time they give Baba, all this reverse gear, all you ladies know what I'm talking about. Because you know you're going to get oil rig. That's how they shared your oil rig in Nigeria. That is why Nigeria is highest producer of oil for years. But it is also the poverty capital of the world. And you start asking yourself, how come Nigeria get billionaires, but Nigerians are poor? They cannot build refineries. They cannot refine their own oil. They have, you know, all this nonsense. You ask yourself, why? Because the people who own the oil, they have no clue about the oil. It's business, my brothers and sisters. So the same way, so the people who now share all these old assets, even in your Biafra land, you realize that all the people you don't like, all of them from the north and all of them, by fiat of government, they get land for Biafra land. But some people are holding the land for them with some disguised Igbo names. So you realize that how come the person will hold this land, we get all these billions? Look at Emeka Ofo. Is that his name? Ofo? That big man that has so much money in Anambra. But he does nothing. He's just a political proxy man. He handles businesses for them, right? Do you know how many properties probably holding for the likes of Babangida, Boko, and so many other people from the north? So by the time you realize that you are fighting for Biafra, and you see Emenike, you see Uche, you see all of them carrying guns, saying one Nigeria, say, hey, but you just crazy? You just fight for what? One Nigeria for what, Baba? Come on, you won't understand that all those assets, they have shared Nigeria is shared among all these criminals. So when they die, their children, who don't even know all these properties, they will discover them. They will now put their own name on them. That's why they don't want Nigeria to go. It's not because, I don't know how to put it. I don't know if I don't even know, maybe you already know this. And I'm just being too dramatic. I'm just trying to let you know why Obasanjo had the chance. He didn't do it. He is the only person that will hit dinner with a Senate president and then ask the Senate president to sign his own resignation letter. The following month, he's the only person who will change a party chairman after having a dinner with him, eating pounded yam prepared by the wife of the chairman. And then when he's leaving, he says, Mr. Chairman, sign here that you have resigned. Say, well, why? I say, sign here that you resigned, or else EFCC will pick you up tomorrow. He has that power. But it did not give Nigeria the opportunity to have a country that they can say belonged to them. The military handed over the constitution, the fake 1999 constitution to Obasanjo. He had all the power to change that. He didn't. Because if he changed that constitution, he's going to lose a lot. He's going to lose everything. And he didn't want to. Okay? No matter how much he criticizes Buhari or anybody in power, by fiat of government, by the position he's held, all the property he has all over Nigeria that he didn't pay any dime for, he got them for free. For free. They call it fiat of government. Government will just say, change of name. It belongs to you. That's it. Do you get that now? So he will lose all of them. And he will have nothing. He won't be a billionaire. He won't. He will become like ordinary person like me and you. And at old age, do you think Obasanjo want to live like that? Same with all those people who have taken share out of Nigeria misery. They have shared from it. That's why they won't break, okay? So he didn't do it again in 1999. And even to do the worst, he failed to allow Nigerians to choose their own president by giving them free and fair election. The one that will at least chart a new course where Nigerians can say, yeah, we disagreed, but this election is free and fair. He didn't do it. He brought a sickly second-term governor of Katsina State. Yaradua, somebody who wanted to retire after serving as a two-term governor of Katsina State. He wanted to go and become a lecturer. After that, in 2007, Obasanjo dragged him into the campaign. And it was rumored then that the reason why Obasanjo dragged him into the campaign was because Yaradua had terminal illness, that he was likely going to die during the campaign. And according to the 1999 constitution then, right, if any presidential candidate of any major political party dies or withdraw from the election, that is no longer able to participate in the election, 90 days before the election, the election must be postponed and the incumbent government must be given an extension to plan and allow the political parties to replace that candidate. So, allegedly, Obasanjo dragged Yaradua into that when he couldn't get a third term, constitutional change. So he dragged Yaradua into it. And at a point during the campaign, when Yaradua was rushed to Germany, Obasanjo had to put a call through to Yaradua, asking Yaradua, Umoru, are you dead? So it was rumored that Obasanjo deliberately dragged him in and then paired Goodluck Jonathan with him, another person who just wanted to run for governor of Bayelsa State after succeeding the disgraced, impeached Governor Alamesia of Bayelsa State. So, allegedly, Obasanjo dragged these two misfits together for his own sinister motive. One, to either derail the transition, stop the election, get an extension, and fight back those who rejected the third-term agenda and possibly get that constitutional change and contest election himself and win, just like Museveni of Uganda. Or if that fails, Yaradua is terminally ill, so he's likely going to die. And if he dies, Goodluck Jonathan, who never dreamed of becoming vice president or even becoming a president, will be eternally grateful to him, Obasanjo. And therefore, Obasanjo, after leaving power, can continue to rule Nigeria by proxy, allegedly. So, Yaradua didn't die before the campaign. Okay, Obasanjo stepped down all the best candidates that could succeed him in PDP, including those who were his own ministers, who were part of his own success, according to him, his transformation program from military, and he did well. It brought to fruition today's internet, the Nigerians, and the social media the Nigerians are now enjoying en masse. His government brought that to fruition. His government also negotiated and succeeded in cancelling Nigeria debt before 1999 to zero. He managed to do that for those periods. So Yaradua didn't die. He forced Yaradua to become PDP candidate and Goodluck Jonathan to become the vice presidential candidate. He also forced himself to ensure that the election was so mad and rigged that even Yaradua, the beneficiary of the 2007 election conducted by Obasanjo, right, publicly confessed that the election that brought him to power is the worst election ever. You know the story. I'm only reminding you. Not long enough, after 3 years, Yaradua died. The story, the rest is history. Goodluck Jonathan became the president. Obasanjo, at that point, felt like Goodluck Jonathan shouldn't become the president and succeed Yaradua in 2011. He would prefer the then governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido. And Obasanjo pushed Sule Lamido to become the presidential candidate in 2011 in PDP, which failed. And in the process, Obasanjo finally succumbed for Goodluck Jonathan. According to them, that Goodluck Jonathan will rule for just one term. And the power will go back to the north. And when they go back to the north, it will be Sule Lamido. In fact, from report, Obasanjo wanted Sule Lamido to deputize Goodluck Jonathan in 2011 before he could agree. Remember the theory of ruling by proxy. He still wanted to be president by proxy. But gradually after Yaradua, Obasanjo started losing his grip from the presidency. A lot happened. Goodluck Jonathan won 2011, and he chose a Sambo as his deputy. Then they revisited in 2015 that Jonathan shouldn't run again. Since Obasanjo is now obvious that Jonathan had good 4 years and Obasanjo couldn't control him. Therefore, Goodluck Jonathan must not run again. And for PDP to continue to rule, Goodluck Jonathan must not run again. Obasanjo became the bridge that brought in the now infamous Boko Haram APC. So, because the Northerners were tired, they wanted the power, and they had no one to push forward except to queue behind Boko Haram. But Boko Haram will never be accepted by other parts of Nigeria. It's so difficult. So they needed that alliance. They approached Tifnumbu, who was also power hungry. He was eyeing the center. Why? In 2011, when Obasanjo was trying to stop Goodluck Jonathan from running, and Goodluck Jonathan was getting enough support of the majority of the PDP then, Goodluck Jonathan's PDP approached Tinubu's ACN. Tinubu's ACN was fielding the former EFCC chairman, then Ribadu. So they made a deal that gave Tinubu in 2011 $2 billion paid by Goodluck Jonathan. You know the story. So Jonathan secured more support from the ACN control state to back the APDP control state against Buhari in 2011. But in 2015, the conspiracy was so powerful that then Tinubu realized that, wow, it's like there's so much money in the center. What if I give an advantage and I become the deputy to Buhari? This Buhari Namugu. If I become vice president, if Buhari finish, I'll become president. I don't need to use my party to negotiate with the center on every election. I can just be the center. I can be the president. That was how the dream of Tinubu becoming president came to be. And for Tinubu to be president, he needed an alliance with the North. So he wanted to give something. This time around, not to Jonathan. He's a Southerner. He's not going to make it up. He would rather give it to a Northerner. The conspiracy will work. If the Northerner can be president, and Buhari for that matter, somebody they believe would likely be another Yaradua. So it's a good deal. Let me partner with the North. I will become the vice president. Buhari will be president. And when Buhari finish, I will be the president. I will be making the rules. Very beautiful idea. That was what gave birth to APC. Then we have those who also wanted to be president, Atiku, Saraki, and many others. They decided to leave PDP to go and team up with those who want to take over power from Jonathan, a Southerner. Remember Obasanjo. And there's also one more thing that you should know. In 2000, the reason why 2015 election was what it was that because in 2016, it will be the year to renew all oil licenses for oil rig, oil block owners in Nigeria. All those rich Northerners, we don't get any business, but they are billionaires. They are oil rig owners, right? 2016 was the year to renew them. The last time that was renewed was 2006. It was done by Obasanjo. A Northerner hasn't had the opportunity of sharing the oil rig since democracy started. It was Obasanjo. So if Jonathan wins the 2015 election, Jonathan will be able to reshare and redistribute the wealth, allegedly. I don't know if you will have the liver. So don't let me make you feel like you've lost something because Jonathan lost. Don't build your hope. I'm just saying. They said part of the conspiracy was if they allow Jonathan to win 2015 election, by 2016, so many oil rigs, oil licenses will expire. And it is only the president that can approve another 10 years oil licenses for oil explorers in Nigeria, right? So a northerner must be president. By all means, it doesn't matter. A northerner must be president. But as for the southerners who wanted them to, you want a presidency, take, we'll give you. Okay? But we also got something we want back. Wait till we go be our own share. Are we going to keep what we have actually gained from being part of Nigeria now? Or you are going to take them away from us because we don't steal? Are you going to take them? So they got assurance. And they also got the assurance is that Tinubu will be deputy vice president. But you know those who are against that, Saraki and Co. So they succeeded. So they now have to make Tinubu to suggest and nominate a vice president in that deal. That was how Oshibaju became vice presidential candidate to Buhari. So everything settled. Obasanjo came out and publicly he tore his own PDP membership card and he left PDP. But before he left PDP, he wrote a letter. Before it is too late. He was asking Jonathan not to run. He was asking Jonathan, right, not to run for presidency, or else, he's going to lose, and PDP will never gain power again. That was the height of the conspiracy. Jonathan rejected that request, and the conspiracy. You know the story. You know what they tell you. If you wake up with the following morning and you get a headache, now Jonathan Kosan. Boko Haram was raging. Back then, you don't get bandits, you don't get a kidnapper, you don't get Miyeti Alao, you don't get all this madness going on now, but now Boko Haram. So the conspiracy was Jonathan must go. It is a must. Or else, there is so much to lose. So much to lose. Obasanjo feels challenged. Number one, that moment if Jonathan wins, that is Obasanjo done for completely. He's no longer a godfather. They can respect him, they can continue, you know what I mean? But he cannot say anything that will make sense. Jonathan would be a full man in charge if he chose to be, okay? So the conspiracy was Jonathan must go. No, it's too risky. It cannot stay. Friends, foes, let me say foes, became friends. Enemies, political enemies, and so many other disagreed people, they have to come together because they have a lot to lose. If Jonathan should win the election again, they will lose a lot. So they have to put all of that aside and work together and send Jonathan away first. Then they can come back and deal with their differences. That was the agreement. Let's send Jonathan away. There's a lot to lose. There's so much to lose. So let's send them away first. Okay? We will talk about our difference. Don't worry. We'll talk about what. Say you, Obasanjo, your problem is this. We'll talk about it. We'll deal with it. You, Kwakwanso, your problem, we'll deal with it. Don't worry, we'll deal with it. You, Atiku, your problem, we'll deal with it. You know that stuff. Strange bedfellows came together because they have a lot to lose, a lot. So when Jonathan is now gone, it got so bad that even the INEC chairman, Jega, INEC chairman, is part of it. PDP chairman, the person that is campaigning with Goodluck Jonathan for the election, PDP chairman, you remember him now? Muazu. Muazu. Muazu is also in on it. That power must return to the north. So Jonathan was like a downfall. It was like Donald Trump. He's gone. You are gone. Nothing where you do. You have to go. It doesn't matter anymore. You have to go. Okay? So the INEC chairman is part of the project. The PDP chairman, part of the project. Everybody got their own deal. So immediately Jonathan was kicked out. Even Jonathan, last minute, when he realized that, oh boy, you guys don't finish the whole thing, you don't finish work. Okay, fine. Shema will start war. Or make I just hand over. But you see all these things you have told people. You are going to jail me. You are going to arrest my wife. You are going to seize my property. You are going to do this, blah, 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 blah. Are you sure you are going to do that? Because if that's what you're going to do, then I'm not going to hand over. This election, we have to continue. It's going to be war. If it's going to be war, let it be war. That was the moment. The Abdul Salami Abubakar, the Father Kuka that is now begging everybody, telling everybody how bad Nigeria is under Buhari. All of these people, they formed what they called Nigeria National Peace Commission. So they started going from one place to another for 2 days. when they are counting the election, you know the story, Abi. Then before you know it, they gave Jonathan his own deal too. Jonathan, you don't want anybody to arrest your wife. You don't want anybody to take your Abi. He said yes. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can do that. As long as you just hand over power, Sure, you hand over. So yeah, that's fine. Maybe you want power, you want everything. Go and get it. Okay, take it. Take everything. I'm not going to jail. My wife is not going to jail. Okay? So yeah. You no jail, no nothing. So okay, fine. It's okay. Is that all right? So yeah, okay, yeah. Now I've phoned Buhari. Hello, Buhari. Congratulations. I have considered. They say, okay, oh, hero of democracy. Good for him. That's the deal. Everybody got their own deal. Now, some people will not get theirs. Some get their own immediately. Jonathan got his own deal. It's fine. They're not going to touch him. Forget it. Okay? They're not going to touch his wife. They're not going to touch all those things they told you. They're going to take back from them. They're not going to touch them. Okay? But some people don't get their own. They are the people who are now saying they can fix Nigeria, they can rescue Nigeria, like the Atifku, the people who spent billions to bring Buhari to power. Tinubu, when they tell, say, oh, you go get 2023, is now waiting for 2023, like say it is the coming of Jesus Christ. And some people are saying it's not going to get it. So you as a Yoruba man, are you also waiting for 2023? Before you begin to read the news that bandits, they have taken over Amotekun headquarters. It's not funny. I just think, I've been talking all this while, so my voice is now cracking. By the way, but hey, let me take a tea break, guys. I'm going to be rounding up in a moment, but come on, we have nearly 900 people watching because all of you are busy chatting, right? So I want, if you are using your phone or you are watching through your laptop, right, or any other device, I want you to close the chat. There is the X. See, there's this X on the side of the chat. Close that chat and give me some thumbs up. You will see the likes. Yeah, come on. Why am I getting the? How come it's only 180 people? Now that I'm taking a tea break. You know what? Now give me that thumb up. Roll it in. Roll them in. If you haven't really thumbs up there, click it. You will see the like. And if you haven't shared this broadcast there, copy, share, click on share and share with your friends, okay? Click on that like. Come on, show engagement. Some of you, let me tell you, if you check your broadcast, there's another thing I should tell you. Look at this. You will see Diaspora Radio shirt. If you are a lady, just go under this video. You can order all this too. I mean, YouTube gave me that. They said you are a creator and you can create content that your fans would likely want to put on. I've ordered few for myself. And in fact, I'm actually getting some for my birthday, right? As gift. You can go on there. There are various stuffs there that are emblems of a Diaspora Radio International. You can go on there, take a look, shop around, and maybe you'll find something interesting. This will be delivered to you worldwide. The link is up there. Click on it and check it out. Check that out. Really appreciate it. Now, come on. Let me take my tea break just for a minute and give me that thumbs up there. Close the chat. Use that thumbs up. Even if you are going to give me thumbs down, make it an engagement. We can't have 900 people watching and only 300 people are engaging with this. Okay, please do that. Let me take this tea break. I don't want it to be kind of a minute.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Well, that's not that long. I just needed to take a gulp. So they had the chance, but they didn't. So everybody got his own deal. And here we are today. Tinubu is waiting to take his own turn. Some of you believe that. Well, that's fine. I understand. I mean, you still have to believe in something, even if it's not as straightforward as you want it to be. Okay? But again, what are you holding on to? We have those who are already defending themselves, working so much, and then, to defend themselves against this insecurity. As for other things that we have to share as being part of Nigeria, right? So think about that. Maybe one day you're just going to read it in the news that bandits have taken over Amotekun Secretariat. And you'll be like, what? How is that even possible? Baba, it will be possible if terrorists can take over military bases. Do you get that now? What I'm saying is that everybody should take a position. There's nothing wrong in any position you are taking. Okay? It is not a competition. You are not in any competition with anybody. If you support a breakup of Nigeria, you are doing so because you don't want to have anything to do with the rot, and because you have acknowledged and identified the problem, and you don't think there's any time you should be spending trying to fix the same problem. Now, if you are also supporting the revolution now, NSAS, constitutional review, restructuring, you see all these positions are also acknowledgement of a system that is not working, that you disagree with. So at the end of what happens is that by the time you take a very, very calm look at your demand, they may sound different, right? By the time you take a good look at this, yeah, you realize that you're asking for the same thing. And that same thing is that you want a different system, either the one that is going to give you your own country, or the one that will make the one you are part of work for you. That is a sensible thing. So that's why there's nothing wrong. There's no one that is right. There's no one that is wrong. There's no competition here. Okay. If you support the breakup of Nigeria, you're asking for a legitimate demand. If you support for the restructuring or fix-up of Nigeria, revolution, whatever you call it, right? You're also making a legitimate demand. But the effort here is that you are both acknowledged and something needs to be done, and done fast. If you can use the same mindset that you used in acknowledging the problems, yeah, the differences, yeah, you can use the same mindset to build the commonness, the similarity in these demands, and actually demand for a total overhaul, and you will get what you want. Biafrans will get what they want. Oduduans will get what they want. Every other person who don't want to be part of Nigeria will get what they want. Those who even want one Nigeria will also get what they want. What does that mean? A situation whereby, and I'm talking about peacefully, all right? The only way, and even if you start a war, that's something I keep telling people, okay? Even if you start a war, even if it leads to you defend, if it leads to anything violent, at the end of the day, for any decision, any position to be taken and acknowledged, it still has to end up on the negotiation table. It may not be in Nigeria, it may be somewhere neutral, but you still all have to come together to negotiate and say, okay, after all these killings, okay, what is the demand? We want Biafra. Okay, oh yeah. You will still have to come to the table to talk about it. So why not build the army first? The army of people who understand their differences, and they want to build, they want to build strength from that differences, because you have similarity in your demands. And by acknowledging this means that you don't abuse Omoyele Sowore, you don't wish Omoyele Sowore evil. And at the same time, you are demanding that you want a Biafra, you are defending, you love Nnamdi Kano. Nnamdi Kano and the Biafrans will get what they want, not because they will be able to do it alone. There's a collaboration here to break the chain that forcefully binded us together. To break that chain, if it is easier for Biafrans to do it single-handedly, trust me, man, you will be honest to yourself, you would have done it 10 years ago. Some of you would have been in Biafra by now. If it is easier, possible to do it single-handedly, we have to do it, because the mystery, the forceful bonding needs to be broken first. And to break it, you need the strength, the cooperation of everyone forcefully binded by this forceful evil chain. If you don't do that, we are all going to continue to struggle, do it individually, and it will never break the chain, because the people benefiting from that chain, they remain alive, powerful, they still have the money, they are waxing stronger, they are not relaxing. What you need is finding the strength in your differences. Biafrans, Oduduwans, revolutionists, Sowore, Nnamdi Kanu, and every fighter of every fighter for human liberty, liberation, find strength in your differences, because there lies the key to unlocking this Armageddon. And when that is done, this system must collapse. Nigeria must collapse. It will. When people who are demanding for the collapse understand themselves and agree that indeed it needs to collapse for a new one to be created. And for that to happen, remember this. Find strength in your differences, because in your differences lies some similarities in your demands. And if you can find strength in your your differences, trust me, we will move mountain. That's why we won't stop what we are doing. I'm going to drop here tonight, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow morning for our Sunday sermon. For those of you who will likely follow that. If you haven't really subscribed on Maiyegun's Diary, Political, please do that now so that you won't miss any of my shows, especially the ones that are exclusively for my YouTube followers and viewers. So you can set one up by doing this. And after doing that, this is what it will look like. So very simple. It's underneath this video. If you haven't, you will see this red subscribe button there. Click on it. If it's white, you haven't clicked it. Click on it and subscribe. Set your notification as well, okay? And then give me that thumbs up before you go. If you haven't done that yet, you need to close the chat. You need to close the live chat. Close it. Close the live chat. Let's see. Yeah, 1 sec. Close that, and you will have access to the thumb up, the thumb down, the comment, the live chat, and then you can also share the broadcast as you are watching this. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Until then, please stay safe and good evening.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Aṣòfin.